CTV News with Jack Morse.
Across it goes to Promise David! Immediate impact from Promise David, and Canada get one back.
Despite that goal, Canada comes up just short to close out the group stage. Thank you for joining us. Fans across the country and right here at home tuning in as the men's national team face Switzerland this afternoon, their final group stage match of the FIFA World Cup.
Across it goes to Promise David! Immediate impact from Promise David, and Canada get one back.
Promise David there scoring the lone goal in the 67th minute. It wasn't enough. Switzerland pulled ahead 2-0, edging Canada out 2-1 in the final score. Despite the loss, Canada finishes second in Group B. That's good enough to advance them to the round of 32. Now from the final whistle there in Vancouver to the locker room here in Barrie, the celebration of Team Canada, well, that is in full swing. CTV's Luke Simard is live there. He joins us now for the full reaction to this afternoon's game. Luke.
Well, Jack, the second game of Brazil and Scotland is just getting underway here, so of course everybody here at the locker room is continuing to have a good time. But there was a lot of nervous energy inside of the locker room during the Team Canada game versus Switzerland. And as the final whistle blew for the game, of course, Canada losing that game, but soccer fans here at the locker room telling me that there is no shortage of good sportsmanship and the rise of soccer throughout the country.
It's wonderful that it's at home, and it's a special feeling because last time it was just like we were happy to be there, but now it's like we're competing.
It's fabulous. I watched all three games, and they're just doing a wonderful job. They're outrunning everybody. It feels to me like we're over by the goal more often.
Sport is so big, and it's great to see Canada growing with it.
And actually seeing them be successful at a World Cup, it's just been incredible to watch. Every goal is like riveting, right? So it's been awesome.
Canada's just an unreal team. It's nice that we're hosting, and honestly, I think we're going to do very well, and we'll surprise a lot of people.
Unbelievable, and I support them 100%, and I can't wait to see them go further because I know they will. Amazing. Go Canada.
As a team have followed forever, and finally they're getting their just desserts. They're breaking territory, they're breaking records all the time. This is great. This is good news.
It's amazing. Like, how great is this that if we can get past this game, that we can actually get through for the first time in history. It's amazing. The energy's great. It's just been fun.
Now, despite the loss, Canada will still be advancing into the round of 32. However, the path to the World Cup does get a little bit harder. Mexico has secured top spot in Group A, meaning that whoever comes second place in Group A will play Canada on June 28th in Los Angeles. If the stats do remain the same, that team will be South Korea. Jack, reporting live at the locker room in North Barrie, I'm Luke Simard. We'll send it back to you.
All right, Casey, Colby, you heard it here, you heard it now. We're into the round of 32, we're into knockout. How do you think our chances are?
Oh, the chances. Well, that's a good... You're asking the guy that does the forecast? So there's a chance, eh? Sure, there's always a chance. Oh, keep our fingers crossed and hope for the best. Much the same as just about every weather guy does, and gal, right across the country. Let's take a look right now. First look at the forecast, and here we go. Clouds are rolling in, right? Yeah, things are cooling down, right? Yes. First look at the forecast brought to you by our friends at thegraveldrivewayguy.com, your local gravel driveway expert. How about 21 degrees? As we speak outside our beautiful Barrie Studios, 33 Beacon Road. Winds are picking up out of the west, and clouds are coming in very quickly. This is a look at the temperature outside your door as we speak. Lots of 21-degree temperatures in Orillia, Barrie, Newmarket, Alliston. Looks like Mount Forest as well. And yeah, Alliston and Newmarket. Oh, I said them both twice, didn't I? Okay, let's talk about 19 degrees. Looks like the cool spot, Parry Sound. This is a look at the radar satellite images, and wait a second. There's a reason why the clouds are rolling in, because Looks like we have a system making its way towards us, right? We've been talking about it for a few days, Jack. And coming up in just a few minutes' time, we're going to let you know the latest rain amounts we're anticipating and how long it plans on sticking around. All that coming up. Hey! All that coming up in a few minutes' time. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Casey. We're looking forward to that. Speed limits are set to rise on freeways across the province in a move that the provincial government says will get people where they're going faster. CTV's Rob Cooper hit the streets to see what drivers think.
Pay attention out there.
It's a big day for Connor Downs of Barrie. He's going for his driver's license.
It's a little nervous. I'm excited, obviously, to be able to get on the roads, but it's obviously a little nerve-wracking at first.
Well, good luck today, pal.
Thank you so much.
On the day that Connor takes his driver's test, the province has announced it plans to increase the maximum speed on most provincial highways.
The key focus around this is based on safety.
The province telling drivers today most of its highways will have the maximum speed increased to 110 kilometers an hour within a few months. The Minister of Transportation says the move will get people and goods around much quicker.
This work is critical to improve travel times for families, commuters and workers, and will benefit millions of drivers.
I don't mind it so much for the 400 series. I think it's okay.
Drivers catching word of the speed increases today don't seem surprised with the new limits.
Everyone seems to drive at about 110 anyway, and so yeah, I'll still be driving under 120.
I mean, there's a lot of speed demons. I don't know, everybody's got to get there yesterday.
Al Zarowski has been a driving instructor for 35 years. He believes the increase in the limit will only see speeders go even faster.
Now you're giving them an extra 10 kilometers an hour over at 110. So if they're averaging 120, 130, what are they going to do now? We teach that space protects you, either in front, behind, whatever. When you're on a multi-lane freeway, you got to keep your vehicle staggered regardless of the speed.
Now, by the end of September, 89% of provincial highways in Ontario will have a maximum speed limit of 110 kilometers an hour. The government says it will help reduce people's travel times, suggesting anyone going from Toronto to Ottawa will cut their travel by about 30 minutes. By the way, Connor Downs, who took his driver's test this morning, passed. Rob Cooper, CTV News, Barrie.
After a suspicious vehicle drew officers to an abandoned building in Orillia, 5 men accused of kidnapping and attempted murder will soon have their day in court. CTV's Mike Arslidis reports.
3 weeks of trial dates have now been set for Surjit Singh Bains, Manraj Man, Dwayne Pennant, Baltej Sandhu, and Gurjee Gorburn. The 5 GTA men arrested at an abandoned downtown Orillia gas station in September, where investigators said they found a Mississauga man inside, bound and beaten. The 5 men were charged with attempted murder, kidnapping, breaking and entering, forcible confinement, weapons counts, and uttering death threats. 4 of the 5 accused were granted bail, with Bains, Sandhu, and Mann released as sureties, who pledged $250,000 to get them out on strict conditions. Pennant was also released on a $125,000 pledge in November, but is now back behind bars accused of breaching his release conditions last month in Brampton.
Yeah, man.
Pennant stood shoulder to shoulder with Gorburn in an Orillia courtroom Tuesday, where trial dates were booked starting in December, with several dates scattered through the end of March of 2027. Gorburn was denied bail in December. The 51-year-old has a lengthy criminal record that includes assaults and breaking and entering. Bains, who is now 63, has elected to stand trial before a judge alone. He was initially denied bail and released following more than 2 months behind bars.
It was a good decision. It was the right decision.
His co-accused have not elected how they want to be tried. A publication ban prevents any evidence heard during the bail hearings from being revealed, along with the identity of the man police said was taken to hospital that night with serious injuries. Provincial police revealed at the time of the arrests, investigators responded to reports of a suspicious vehicle and individuals wearing masks near an abandoned building at the corner of Colburn and Peter Streets. Several of the accused are scheduled to return to virtual courtrooms in July. The allegations against them have not been tested in court. Mike Arslidis, CTV News, Orillia.
One of 2 teens accused of assault after an attack involving a drywall saw in Letman Lane Park is out of jail. The 15-year-old also accused of weapon charges and disguise with intent for wearing a balaclava during the alleged assault. He's been released on strict conditions, including house arrest, after a loved one pledged $1,000. A 14-year-old co-accused is still in jail awaiting a bail hearing. Hundreds of people packed into the Toronto Congress Centre this afternoon for the funeral of Constable Mark Pinizzato. He was shot and killed in the line of duty earlier this month. Among those offering emotional tributes today, the fallen officer's mother and his children. CTV's MacDonnell reports.
Constable Mark Pinizzato's funeral was a ceremony full of tributes, not for how he died, but for how he lived.
But above all, you were my best friend. Never in a million years did I think you'd pass away so soon, but I miss you so much. Even though you're not here physically, the impact that you had on my life is always here, and the legacy that you left behind lives forever.
I look up to him and will continue to because he showed me how to be a funny but serious person. And that is what I love most about him. And he put in the effort every day to teach me new things, to make me a better person.
On June 11th, the 43-year-old member of Toronto Police's elite emergency task force was shot and killed during a raid tied to the U.S. consulate shooting. The son, husband, father, and brother is greatly missed.
He was our brother, and he loved hockey. Like so many Canadian kids, he grew up at the rink. Hockey wasn't just a game to him, it was a part of who he was. It taught him It taught him discipline, teamwork, resilience, and loyalty. And those qualities stayed with him through his entire life.
You were more than a member of the ETF. You were more than a hockey player. You are our brother, you are our best friend, and you are our hero.
Prior to the service, a procession made its way from the funeral home in Thornhill to the Toronto Congress Centre in Etobicoke, where thousands gathered for Pinizzato's final farewell, including Mayor Olivia Chow, Premier Doug Ford, and U.S. Ambassador to Canada Pete Hoekstra. An officer who worked with the force for 18 years, Pinizzato was remembered time and again for his humor, loyalty, and leadership.
As a training constable, Mark helped train thousands of Toronto police officers. He made our service better.
He was professional, competent, courageous, and had an unwavering commitment to his teammates.
Mark understood the right course in life is not the me, myself, and I world. He truly embraced the importance of putting others before himself, being ready at a moment's notice.
Pinizzato's death marks the first time in the ETF's 64-year history a member has been killed on the job. A job his family says was a calling, as he was always ready to step up and serve. Beth MacDonnell, CTV News.
It's a provincial holiday in Quebec, but several celebrations were cancelled in Montreal out of respect for the victims of Monday's deadly shooting. A memorial is building at the site where a police officer and an innocent bystander were killed. Here's CTV's Annie Bergeron-Oliver on today's funerals and the ongoing investigation.
In Montreal's Côte-de-Neige neighborhood, there are few signs of Saint Jean-Baptiste Day celebrations. The district is quiet and many activities are cancelled, signs of a community in mourning.
I feel just like that, I don't have a lot of energy. I just feel that I wanted to see by myself what I've missed from the inside and wanted to get my things.
Robin Cote witnessed Monday's shooting. Today, on his day off, he came back to the scene to pay his respects.
They put their lives on the line for everyone. And I believe the policeman, he saved some people, some of my colleagues that got in the middle of the shootings.
The victims of that shooting laid to rest today. Bystander, 68-year-old Michel Moshe Mizrahi, was remembered as a devoted father and a pillar of Montreal's Jewish community who died a hero.
He didn't just leave the scene. He stayed and he asked other people to run away, to escape, to find refuge.
The big heart, always positive and always joking, always smiling.
Later today, a private funeral will be held for Constable Mohamed Lamine Ben Khadouane. He was one of the first to arrive on scene and had been with the Montreal Police Force since 2021. For those who live and work nearby, the trauma is still very real.
I've never been in a
an environment post in the situation like I was today. So it's very traumatic, actually, and now that I'm speaking about it, it's actually coming out even more emotional.
Although the police tape is gone and the scene is slowly being cleared, this investigation is still in its early stages, with investigators here again today looking for information that can help explain how and why this tragedy happened. Annie Bergeron-Oliver, CTV News, Montreal.
More public places in Newmarket dropping the name after billionaire Frank Stronach's conviction. Southlake Health and Magna say they're reviewing the title of the Stronach Regional Cancer Centre. In a statement to CTV News, Southlake Health said, quote, sexual assault or violence of any kind has no place in society and will not be tolerated. Magna made the formal request to remove the name from the hospital. It'll also release sponsorship recognition from the Aurora Recreational Complex. Stronach, the founder of Magna International, was found guilty of sexual assault and indecent assault last week. Tiny Township has court plans to let you bring your own alcohol to outdoor events in the community. The decision comes after Ontario expanded the Bring Your Own Beverage permits in March, aimed at boosting local tourism. Council says it weighed several factors like risk, public safety, and health impacts. Right now, alcohol in Tiny is only allowed at licensed bars and restaurants, private homes, or events approved by the province. Most surrounding municipalities have also said no to BYOB at public events. Several First Nations in southern Ontario are set to become owners of a new nuclear reactor in Bowmanville after striking a deal with the federal and provincial governments. They're providing $70 million in loan guarantees for the 7 Williams Treaties First Nations. This will turn into equity for one of the 4 small modular reactors being built at the new Darlington nuclear project. Energy Minister Stephen Lecce says it's the first equity partnership with First Nations in nuclear reactors in Canada and is economic reconciliation. Those First Nations around Lake Simcoe include Beausoleil, Georgina Island, and Rema. A future childcare centre marks a major step forward for Métis-led early learning in Simcoe County. A sod-turning ceremony last week in Penetanguishene marking the milestone, the new 7,000 square foot facility, including infant, toddler, and preschool classrooms, each with direct access to outdoor play spaces. It's backed in part by federal spending. Construction is expected to wrap up late in the fall at its Shefficote Street location. Still to come, it's easier than ever to explore Canada's wild spaces, including outdoor destinations across our region with free admission and discount camping. We're expecting a big boost this season. Plus, the next super berry growing right here in Tiny Township, why farmers say it packs more than a sweet punch.
Presented by Paul Sadlin Motors.
Music, it's a small community, so when something's really good, we all want to be part of it.
We have an amazing music scene here. Having people come together in community, listen to some amazing local artists, brings the downtown alive. It brings our city alive.
Troubadour Festival 2026 is going to be off the hook. We've got the Watchmen, Bahamas, going to be great.
Exploring Canada this summer just got cheaper.
It's perfect. And this is your Canada Strong Pass.
Great.
So just put that on the windshield of your boat and it'll be good until Labor Day.
Thank you so much.
All right, no problem.
The federal government offering free admission to national parks and heritage sites. Boaters can enjoy free lockage, and you save 25% on camping and roofed accommodations.
I can use the locks. I can do lock and paddle in Peterborough. Coming up in July, I have a chance to kayak with my daughter, and it's not prohibitive. It really does open up our opportunities.
Have a good trip, guys.
The canoes and the kayakers who typically go through Lake Simcoe, they're the ones who maybe wouldn't go through the locks on a typical summer day because they wouldn't pay the price, or maybe they would like to portage and walk over the lock stations just because they would rather go for free. But now that the lock stations are free with the Canada Strong Pass, it gives anyone, whether sea-doos, kayakers, canoers, they have the opportunity to go through the locks without paying a single penny.
Free admission and discounted overnight stays are available until September 7th. If you've never heard of Haskap berry, well, you're probably not alone, but one local farm's hoping to change that.
So this is our Borealis blizzard berry. You can see as you lift up the branches, they're just hanging with berries underneath.
Tiny Acres Farm is in the middle of its harvest season with thousands of plants producing what's often called the new superfruit. They're inviting more people to discover a berry that packs a nutritional punch. It's a combination between a blueberry and a raspberry.
You really have to get inside the plant and you can see, you know, they're just loaded underneath here, right? They're one of the most antioxidant berries in the world. They're on the superfruit list, 4 times healthier than a blueberry actually, so very healthy. Very big in Siberia, Japan, all those areas. This variety of Haskap we have here comes from the University of Saskatchewan, and they are bred to be the sweetest and most fruitful berries actually in the world.
Now, that berry was developed through the natural breeding program at the University of Saskatchewan. It is packed with antioxidants and vitamin C. If you're looking to try them, well, now might be your chance. Georgian College is recognizing community leaders making change across our region and beyond. During today's convocation ceremony, they celebrated several people for their service and commitment to community. Among those honored, the late Steve Loftus, posthumously named the 18th Fellow of Georgian College, its highest distinction, a founding partner of the Innovative Automotion and a former board of the Governor's Vice Chair, Loftus being remembered for his leadership and lasting impact on the community. For all the information on all our local events and on our other stories, you can go to our website. That's where you can watch our news live online and find all our local stories and breaking news as it happens. Just head to ctvnews.ca/Barrie or scan that QR code on your screen now. The countdown's on. It's your last chance to get in with one of the region's largest 50-50 draws. The RVH Auxiliary 50-50 closes at 1 minute to midnight with a take-home prize now nearly $310,000. The monthly draw is a key fundraiser supporting Simcoe County's largest hospital and the vital services it provides.
Thanks to the auxiliary volunteers and all the staff throughout the hospital, everybody that supports it, and everybody throughout the local communities, all the great support that we've had over the years, and now you're making it another record-breaking month for June. So we really appreciate everything you've given us.
Proceeds go directly to patient care and critical equipment, making this one of the region's most impactful fundraisers. There's plenty happening around the region this weekend. Here's Bounce 1041 Morning Show host Martin Van Coy with your weekend event listings.
Hi. I'm Martin Van Coy for Bounce Radio, and these are your weekend events for Pure Country 106 and Bounce 1041. Kicking things off, if you're feeling hungry, head to the ESSA Agriplex this weekend for a food festival that's all about indulgence. The Cheesecake and Taco Festival runs Saturday from 11 to 5 and Sunday from 11 to 4. Expect creative taco and cheesecake flavors, live music, a margarita bar, artisan vendors, and even a kids zone. Admission is $5 with kids 12 and under getting in for free. Get your tickets at kbeventscanada.com. Meanwhile, downtown Orillia is turning into a massive outdoor marketplace Saturday starting at 10 as the Delicious Days of Summer Festival returns for its second year with over 120 vendors, food, artisans, and a full street closure in downtown Orillia. It's quickly becoming one of the city's biggest summer events. For details, you can visit OrilliaLakeCountry.ca. Keeping the festival vibes going, Christmas comes early at the Port of Orillia with Christmas in June on Saturday. Hundreds of boats decked out in lights line the waterfront alongside a vendor market, live music, and even a visit from Santa. It's a unique summer tradition, and you can enjoy it along the harbor. Find out more at Orillia.com. And wrapping up the weekend outdoors, Wymarsh in Midland is hosting a free conservation carnival Sunday from 10 to 3. It's a full day of family-friendly fun with birds of prey, reptile encounters, canoe and kayak tours, and hands-on conservation exhibits. Admission is free with a barbecue by donation and no registration required. You can learn more at ymarsh.com. Those are your weekend events for Bounce 1041 and Pure Country 106.
Still to come, Midland wants to know how you think tourism in the region should grow over the years to come. But first, let's check in with Casey in the garden.
Hey
Hey, Jack, the weather winds of change are blowing in. What are we in store for? I'll let you know in just a moment or two, but let's take a look at campfire conditions across our region right now. And in Simcoe County, conditions are moderate, and moderate conditions continue all the way up to our lovely area in Muskoka. Campfire conditions brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. Call 1-800-JUSTICE. And our weather watcher, Artis Nixon, says, hey, summer's here. My kayak's on shore. I'm putting on my life jacket, ready to go. You're watching CTV News Barrie.
Hi, we're Martin and Steph
from Bounce 104.1.
And this week on the show, we're giving away tickets to see Blue Rodeo on August 29th.
So make sure you're listening Monday to Friday from 5:30 to 10 for your chance to win.
Picture this, brought to you by Bounce 104.1 and Pure Country 106.
This week on Picture This, we're celebrating Dad. Show us photos of your father or the father figure in your life. Snap a pic and send it in to picturethis@ctv.ca for a chance to be featured. Well, Casey Colby, we have been talking about it all week. It's coming. It's been coming. But now, do you have the details for us? What are we looking at?
Oh, I'm looking at some big puffy clouds making their way towards us right now, my friend. And here comes the system. Let's get right to it. Tell you all about the forecast over the next few days. And starting off with the temperature outside your door as we speak. And looks like 19 degrees in Parry Sound, 19 in Gravenhurst, 22 in Owen Sound, 20 in Alliston, 20 in Mount Forest, and 23 degrees in the big smoke called Toronto. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the almanac, and 22 and 11, that's the best we could do today. A record 34 degrees back in 2005, and record cool way back in 1932. That's going back a piece. 3.3 degrees. Sunrise, sunset, well, it's up at 5:35. It's down a little later, and a grand total of about, let me just quickly do the math. 15 hours and 31 minutes of daylight. That's what we're looking at. This is the forecast radar, what you're looking at right now, and a little bit of rainfall in there, isn't there? Sure is. Anywhere from 5 to about 15 millimeters of rainfall. Let's break it down, take a look at some of the numbers, and see where you stand right now. This is southern tip of George and Bay Lake, Simcoe. Overnight temperatures 11 and 13 degrees. Increase in cloud cover. There's a 40% chance of some shower activity this evening. And then for tomorrow, well, plenty of cloud cover. It looks like rain, about 10 millimeters, possibly even a thunderstorm or two for us as it rolls on through our region. To Orangeville, Bradford, Georgina, Newmarket, Richmond Hill, overnight temperatures 14 and 15 degrees, mainly cloudy skies, anywhere from a 30 to a 60% chance of some shower activity for this evening. And then for tomorrow, 5 to 10 millimeters of rainfall expected, possibly even a thunderstorm. Yeah. Parry Sound, Huntsville, Bracebridge, Gravenhurst, Haliburton, 12 and 13 degrees overnight, increase in cloud cover as the evening progresses, and a 40% chance of a shower. No thunderstorm this evening? No, that is for tomorrow. 16 and 18 degrees, the highs for tomorrow. 10 to 15 millimeters of rainfall. The highest concentration of rainfall right throughout our region is the northern part of our viewing area. That's tonight and tomorrow. Now time for the Diamond and Diamond Lawyers 5-day extended forecast, and it looks like this starting in Simcoe County. And here we go. It looks like goodbye shower activity. Friday arrives. Yeah, still some cloud cover, slight chance of some early morning rain, but the sun does want to make an appearance, 23 degrees. And then Saturday and Sunday, oh, Jack, I hope you're listening and watching and paying close attention. Sunny skies, 26. We're getting warmer. Monday, sun cloud, 30% chance of passing shower, 29 without the humidex, feeling more like about 33. York region, 5-day extended forecast. Looks like this, ladies and gentlemen. Friday at this point, yeah, clearing skies, slowly starting to clear. Slight chance for morning shower, 25 degrees, 26, 27. Saturday, Sunday, fair skies, beautiful, 28 degrees. Monday, sun cloud, slight chance of a passing shower, humidity levels climbing. There's no big surprise there. Muskoka, Parry Sound, Haliburton, have a look. And Friday, Friday as we start our weekend. Slight chance of a shower under fair skies, 23. Lovely weekend. Saturday, Sunday, sunny skies, 26, 27 degrees. 28 come Monday. Sun, cloud, and a slight chance of a shower. We can see them rolling in now, Jack. I'm looking at the big puffy clouds. Here they come. Back to you, 33 Beacon Road.
Thank you, KC. Changes are coming to car insurance policies starting next week. On July 1st, only 3 of the current 12 mandatory auto insurance benefits are going to be required, giving you more options at a lower price. But more liability if you're in an accident. Changes to your auto insurance benefits will only need to be adjusted when your policy comes up for renewal. Midland wants to know what tourism should look like in the years ahead. A new community survey created with Georgian College now open. It'll feed into the 5-year plan focused on how the town grows, promotes, and makes its visitor experience known, building on Midland's recent tourism strategy to help guide decisions on future spending. The survey is open until July 26th. It can be found on the town's website. Still to come, we now know 3 of Mark Carney's national interest projects. The top of the list are the ones he's promised to fast track. We'll tell you what they are after the break. Plus, we'll recap tonight's top stories. You're watching CTV News Barrie. Recapping our top stories, Canada lost to Switzerland in the FIFA World Cup this afternoon. Fans watching from across the country and right here at home, the country did still manage to advance despite the loss. The speed limit is going up on the 400 from 100 to 110. It's part of a slew of speed limit bumps on 400 series highways across Ontario in the coming months. The province says our freeway network was designed to accommodate higher speeds. And dates have been set for the trial of 5 GTA men accused of kidnapping and attempted murder after a Mississauga man was found bound and beaten in an abandoned building in Orillia. They will be before a judge starting December with dates through the end of March. Now let's get right back to our top story here. Team Canada at the FIFA World Cup. CTV's Luke Samard joins us again. He was watching this afternoon. Tell us how it unfolded at this local watch party, Luke.
Yeah, Jack, we're here in the north end of Barrie at the locker room, and let me tell you, there were some nervous moments in there because the winner of this game, Canada versus Switzerland, would take home Group B and remain in Canada for the round of 32. A win for Canada would mean home field advantage for the team, but Switzerland would not make it easy. Canadian fans honoring midfielder Ismail Kone in the 8th minute of this game, who suffered a broken leg in their last match against Qatar. The Canadians putting their offense on display in the first half, creating multiple chances, including this breakaway 13 minutes in.
But he's through on goal here. It's Kyle Laren for Canada. He's round the keeper, but cobbled and well to get a hand onto it.
The Swiss not going down easy, putting Canadian keeper Maxime Crepeau to the test with a beautiful save. The score would be 0-0 going to the half. Just 1 minute into the second half, the Swiss strike first.
It's a great chance here for Vargas. 1-0 for Switzerland.
Ruben Vargas tucks in the sneaky shot off the post, putting his team up 1-0. Now 2-0 Switzerland with 15 minutes remaining, and Canada looking for a spark.
All over the top towards Saliba. Saliba bringing it down. Across it goes to Promise David! Immediate impact from Promise David, and Canada get one back.
Promise David finding the loose ball to put Canada back into the game. Would they be able to walk away with a tie? In injury time with Canada pressing, Gregor Kobel standing tall to make the save as the Swiss would take this game 2-1 and win the group as well. Now with the loss, Canada does come in second place in Group B, and they do lose that very important home field advantage. They will now travel to Los Angeles to play on June 28th, and they'll be playing the second place winner of Group A. And if those standings remain as they are now, they will be playing South Korea. Jack?
All right, thank you very much, Luke. The federal government has unveiled the first 3 infrastructure projects they consider in the national interest, and that could come with fast-tracking privileges, but nothing's been green-lit yet. CTV's Abigail Beeman reports on what and why they're at the top of the list.
The Building Canada Act.
That bill got royal assent after the government called it urgent.
1 year later, today in Yellowknife, the same government said it's considering using it.
We're marking a major milestone. For the first time, the Government of Canada is initiating the process to potentially list projects under the landmark Building Canada Act.
3 projects are on the table: the Grays Bay Port and Road in Nunavut, the Mackenzie Valley Highway in the Northwest Territories, and, new to the major projects list today, a nuclear waste site in Northern Ontario.
We're going to need to build big things again, both quickly and responsibly, in partnership with Indigenous peoples.
The Major Projects Office, it's kind of like the Gordie Howe Bridge. We see that it's there, but it's not operating as intended, and no one will tell us why.
Conservatives say the announcement should have happened a year ago.
The rhetoric coming from the Carney government and the action are two different things.
While 14 First Nations are suing the federal government over the Building Canada Act legislation and Ontario for its similar Bill 5.
I'm shocked that the public isn't in outrage over this. These are authoritarian acts.
The lawyer representing the First Nations says any consultation the feds are promising is lip service.
Can tweak around the edges. So we're going to do this thing regardless, is what they're saying. We'll consult with you, but we predetermine the outcome. So how meaningful is that?
Government officials said consultations on the 3 projects will begin shortly. The goal is for Cabinet to decide if they are in the national interest in the fall. Abigail Beeman, CTV News, Ottawa.
3 Canadian universities are among the top 100 in the world, 1 in the top 20, according to a new global ranking. The U.S. News and World Report Best Global Universities ranking places the University of Toronto first in Canada, 20th in the world. U of T's publication of articles and books and its citations of its research are among those factors. The University of British Columbia ranked 42nd overall, 2nd in Canada, got high marks for book publication as well as global and regional research. McGill placed 68th globally and 3rd in Canada. E-scooters are becoming a popular mode of transportation on city streets, but new numbers from the children's hospitals across Canada show that there's a sharp rise in e-scooter injuries among kids. In Toronto, 6 kids reports emergency room visits from e-scooter accidents have doubled from last year. Doctors say these injuries are serious and very preventable. In business news, a report from the Municipal Property Assessment Corporation shows easing in Ontario's housing market. The MPAC says homes under $500,000 now make up nearly a quarter of those for sale, from a low of nearly 17% in 2022. Condos leading the shift, making up nearly half of those lower-priced options. We're seeing that ripple into York region, with places like Newmarket and Bradford are still seeing homes that fall under that $500,000 mark. But affordability is still tight, with most properties priced well above what buyers were seeing a decade ago. In Barrie, 1 in 10 are under the $500,000 mark, up 5% from 4 years ago. The TSX was down 191 points. The Dow was up 182. The Nasdaq down 110. In commodities, oil was down, closing at $70.34 a barrel. Gold was down, finishing at $4,008 an ounce. And our dollar was down, ending the day at 70.25 cents U.S. In sports, the recognition keeps pouring in for both Barrie Colts co-captains from this past season. Kayshawn Aitchison named the Canadian Hockey League's first All-Star team, one of the top 2 defensemen across the country's 3 major junior leagues. Aitchison was also named the OHL's Defenseman of the Year. His 28 goals set a franchise record for a Colts blue liner. Meanwhile, forward Cole Beaudoin was named the CHL's 3rd All-Star team. Barrie's other co-captain led the team in scoring in the regular season and playoffs before his postseason was cut short by an injury. The Blue Jays will try to win the series rubber match against the Astros tonight after losing in extra innings yesterday.
And the 1-2 pitch is hit hard, deep down the right field line. Gone!
Former Blue Jays Joey Loperfido helped 3-run homer in the top of the 11th inning to give the Astros a 9-6 lead. The Jays got a run back in the bottom half of that inning, but ended up losing the game 9-7. Trey Savage is set to start for the Jays in the series final. First pitch just after 7 o'clock. Well, A team based in our region had another tough loss last night in their second match of the FIFA World Cup. Panama fell 1-0 to Croatia. The loss means they won't advance to elimination. They're the only winless team in Group L. They face England Saturday to wrap up their group stage play. Panama is staying at the Nottawasaga Resort. In hoops, the NBA draft began in New York City last night.
The Toronto Raptors select Alan Graves from Santa Clara University.
The Toronto Raptors had the 19th overall pick, taking that 6'8" forward from Santa Clara University. Graves played one season in the NCAA, averaging close to 12 points a game with 6.5 rebounds in 35 games played. Round 2 goes tonight. The Raptors have 50th overall pick. Still to come, even after losing a battle with a rare form of cancer, this Ontario man is still leading the way. Friends and family carrying on his legacy. You're watching CTV News Barrie. Taking a look at your primetime lineup for tonight at 8 o'clock, a 2-hour block of The Rookie. At 10 o'clock, Criminal Minds and CTV News at 11. An Ontario man who inspired many through his battle with a rare form of cancer is still leading the way even after his death. CTV's Spencer Turcotte has more on how Dana Fox's family and friends are carrying on his legacy.
For years, Dana Fox refused to let a stage 4 cholangiocarcinoma diagnosis define him. We first met the Waterloo man when he took on the ride to conquer cancer, despite living with the rare and aggressive form of bile duct cancer. Later, he would cross the finish line of that 200-kilometer journey and even qualified for the Boston Marathon.
I think the people it amazed the least was his family, because we were so used to his energy level, and we always thought, like, this is Dana at half speed. You should see him at full speed.
But last fall, Dana passed away following his battle with cholangiocarcinoma. Now his family is making sure his fight continues.
As soon as my dad was diagnosed, the question he asked himself was, what do I do with this? And what he decided to do with it was to help build something to help other people.
This year marked the first ride without his dad pedaling beside him. But Dana was still very much a part of that race.
My sister did the ride with us this year for the first time, and she built a makeshift trailer and pulled my dad's bike and helmet and riding gloves.
Torrential rain made one of the ride days tougher to get through, but the cyclists on Team Dana remembered what the red shoes on their jerseys represented. Dana treated every chemotherapy treatment like a track meet.
My dad bought these for me in 1971. And so I got these spikes and I said, I'm going to a track workout and I need to bring some people with me, so I brought my dad with me. And so anyway.
Now Jordan brings his dad with him everywhere he goes, and that dedication is rubbing off on others. This year, Team Dana had 38 cyclists, up from 6 people in the first year they did the ride, and they raised $140,000 so far from this month's race. The work is just beginning, though.
He'd say, what's next? How can we make next year bigger?
Because the man in red shoes may be gone, but the hope he carried is still very much in the race. Spencer Turcotte, CTV News, Waterloo.
It's now time for our Get Up and Go forecast. Casey.
And yes, Jack, the clouds are racing in. Still a beautiful South Georgian Bay sunset. Let's take a look at what we can expect first thing tomorrow. Increasing cloud cover? Yeah, right across the board. And as we take a look at 7 o'clock in Barrie, it looks like cloudy skies and there is a risk of some shower activity. Looks like 14 degrees for the time being at 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Newmarket has 15 degrees, increasing cloud cover, chance of a shower, and 13 degrees. And mostly cloudy skies in Gravenhurst at 7 o'clock first thing tomorrow morning. That is your Get Up and Go, Jack. Have yourself a wonderful evening.
All right, thank you, Casey. You as well. Now, that's our newscast for tonight. I'm Jack Morse. Thank you for watching. I'll be back on the desk at 11 to have your news. Until then, good night.